So it's episode 4 of the Video Chaser, and today I'm going to be doing some reviews of the stuff that I've been watching over the past couple of weeks, as well as opening a few packages that have arrived. The past couple of videos have been quite long, so I'm going to try and keep this one as compressed as possible. So let's make a start. Right, the first thing that I've watched this week is a VHS. I think I showed this in the last episode, and this one is Terminal Virus. I didn't realise that this actually has Roger Corman's name to it. I think it's just his name basically. I don't think he had any involvement with the production at all. It's basically Roger Corman Presents. So this one, the story, it's post-apocalyptic. There are two rival gangs, and those two gangs are males and females. Since the war, there's been no children born because men and women can't have sex because it causes a mutation or a disease or something. So instead of just getting on with life and getting on, they don't. They decide just to kill each other, which is fair enough. The guys are the bad guys, really, and the women's camp are the they've almost formed like an Amazonian sort of tribal type thing. And the leader of the men, he's kind of formed a religion based on the hatred between men and women and this disease that's caused between them. So when they come across a village while they're out on their travels, and they notice that there's actually children at the camp, some of the men start questioning, why is there children if men and women can't have sex and because of this disease? Well, there's loads of explosions, there's loads of great cars and vehicles, loads of weapons, loads of naked women. So it's good. The production on it's pretty good as well. I think it was made for TV. It's never been released on DVD as far as I know. And the acting's pretty solid. It is kind of TV acting, but for this sort of post-apocalyptic trash, I suppose, compared to sort of the Italian stuff in the 80s, it is a slicker production. Definitely more 90s production, but slicker. I mean, it's not really to my taste. I do like a bit of the old dramatic zooms and that sort of stuff, but no. If you're into post-apocalyptic, if you can get your hands on it, like I say, I think it's only on VHS. Terminal Virus. So next up, Borderlands. Now I mentioned this in the last video, and I said I'm not a massive horror fan, but occasionally one comes along that's got really good atmosphere and draws me in, and this is definitely one. Really enjoyed this. It's a strange production on this. It's all shot with headcams and CCTV. So the film opens up with this guy. He's at a cottage, and he's installing CCTV cameras. So that's all you see. You just see this one guy setting things up, setting his head cam up, lounging around, having something to eat, going out and having a cigarette. And then the second guy turns up, and it's basically two guys that are sent to investigate a strange going on at a church. They're sent by the Vatican. So they go and set up all their equipment at the church the next day because they're waiting for this third priest to turn up, but he's late, so they go and set up without him. And it takes a little while to get used to this style of filming because it is static cameras from the CCTV, so they're fixed, they're always in the same places, but then you've got a lot of movement from the head cams, but the head cams really do draw you into the story and you do feel part of it. The music's brilliant, subtle, but really well done. The sounds are great. I'm not going to tell you too much about the story, but the atmosphere is brilliant, and I thoroughly recommend checking it out, especially if you're a horror fan. It's low budget, I suppose, but that doesn't detract away from the story. The acting's solid. Like I say, the atmosphere is what this is all about. The Borderlands. I think it was released in America as The Last Prayer, something like that. But it's pretty cheap. It came out in 2013. You can pick it up really cheap online. Borderlands. Thoroughly recommended. The next one, Cloud Atlas with Tom Hanks, which I think, again, I featured this in the last episode. This one is epic. Really, I think epic describes this film. It's 6 films in one, really. There are 6 separate stories. It's made by 3 different directors. You can feel the difference between the different directors' styles, but it fits each mini story, as it were. The stories are sort of intertwined, and they all feature the same set of, or mostly the same set of lead characters. You've got Tom Hanks, Halle Berry, my mind's going blank, who else is in it? Familiar faces anyway. And it goes right into the far past and the far future and beyond the future. And that's where, I think that's how I came across it, because it's got like a post-apocalyptic future as well. And each story is so well done. I mean, on a Hollywood sort of big budget scale, it looks stunning. Totally immersive environments, the futuristic story. All of the individual stories could be films on their own. It is a strange one, and I think you probably have to watch it a few times to grasp it all, which I will be doing. I'll definitely watch it again. But for me, I thought it was brilliant. So that's Cloud Atlas. Okay, next up is The Signal. Try and get rid of the glare. There we go. The Signal. This one is a little bit different. It's set today, and it's about waking up one day. The TVs are off. Well, they're on, but they're just playing this weird distortion. The telephones are playing this weird distorted sound, and it drives people crazy, and violently crazy. So people are just killing each other everywhere. It's quite comic, the way that it's done. Not on the scale of Shaun of the Dead, but it's got similar vibes running throughout it. It is very, very violent, brutally violent, but all done kind of a bit tongue-in-cheek, but shocking at the same time. The story is not very complex. It's just about somebody looking for his girlfriend who's gone to the other side of town, basically, and it's a bit like Shaun of the Dead, I suppose. You got to go from one place to another, and there's a load of mental people in between to get through, and a lot of carnage. But there's some brilliantly funny moments in it, genuinely shocking moments, and yeah, I just thought it was well done for a sort of low budget affair. It doesn't feel ultra low budget, but there's not a lot effects wise. They've been very clever in the way that they've shot it. A lot of the things that you think you've seen, you actually haven't. They've shot it in a way that you see a hammer come down. You don't actually see the impact, but you see the blood splatter afterwards. You'll have a quick cut shot to the body on the floor. So they've done it in a real cut and chop way that works. So that's The Signal. I've watched a couple of other things this week as well, but I don't think I've got the DVDs up here. So I'll do it on the next one anyway. Let's keep it as short as possible for this one. Right, next. Packages. No idea what these are. Again, probably post-apocalyptic because I'm still on that sort of trip. So here we go. This from the UK, from World of Books. See what we got. Now, not sure if it is post-apocalyptic or not, but I think I bought it because it was extremely cheap. Elysium. With Matt Damon. I think this is a pretty new release. It's a pretty new one for me anyway. 2013 with the Borderlands is about as new as I get, and I think this was probably 2013 as well. So another new one for me. And I thought the missus might like this one as well. She likes a bit of sci-fi, especially modern stuff. She's not into the 60s and 70s stuff like I'm into, but yeah, Elysium, or is it Elysium? Elysium, I think. So yeah, there's that one. What else we got? This one here from Kent or Middlesex or somewhere. If I can get it open. It's only like a vacuum pack. Ooh. Seriously, vacuum pack. Look at that, it's just sticking to the DVD. Well, looks like we've got more sci-fi than post-apocalyptic at the moment. So this is a double feature. It looks like it's an American release. Mill Creek Entertainment. Double feature Krull. Let's see if we can get a bit of light on there. Let me see a bit better. There you go. Krull, and the one that I actually bought it for, Space Hunter. Adventures in the Forbidden Zone. No idea why I've bought this one. No, must have just come across it somewhere and thought that was cool. I've already got Krull, but Space Hunter I think is quite rare on DVD. There is a standalone one, but it's really expensive if I'm not mistaken, so this is the cheapest one to get, the double feature. So I should imagine there's no extra features on this or anything like that. But yeah, Space Hunter, Adventures in the Forbidden Zone. Right, the last one. This one is from the Netherlands. And finally, we're back to some post-apocalyptic. Crime Zone. See that? Getting that a bit closer. Crime Zone. A little bit disappointed that it's actually sealed, because I'm one of these people that when it's sealed, I don't like to open it. Has it got any extra features? Not that it looks like. The audio is in English, which is good, because I was watching that Blood Fist 2050 the other night, and it's German language, and it is only German language. There's like stereo or mono. That's about the only two options for the audio, and they're both German. It's so disappointing, and it looked like it could be pretty cool as well. So that's it. Crime Zone. So this one looks very sort of more sci-fi than post-apocalyptic, but looking forward to watching that one. And that's it for now. So if you like what you've seen and you're interested in seeing what else I pick up and watch and review, then like, subscribe, share. I'll see you next time.